Younger people of Reddit. What are you tired of hearing from older generations? Don't believe everything you see on the internet. My parents when I was a teenager in the late 90s. Now I have to tell my parents that. You kids and these damn phones. My parents are on their phones more than I am by a lot. I'm 64 and I'm really tired of listening to people my age whine about stuff that younger people do. It definitely was not better when we were kids. A phone isn't that effing hard to figure out. It's not that nobody talks anymore. It's just that nobody wants to talk to you. Stop eavesdropping. I'm not eavesdropping. You're just talking loud because you're deaf and I'm not. I'm an older millennial. I have a good job, own a house, am married, and have 2 kids. It is 2022 and at least half the times I hear someone older reference millennials, it's talking about people who are currently the age my cohort was 22 years ago when the millennium was a thing. When I was your age we never talked to Colorids or went to their neighborhoods. Edit. Wow, I guess I'm not the only one who likes to make fun of old-timey racism. Or Reddit really is part of the alt-right pipeline. Realistically, I come here to remind myself it's not just my grandparents acting kinda crazy these days. Just start saving. You'll be able to buy a house in no time. Housing market. We don't do that here. How we can't fix anything ourselves. Then promptly ask us to fix their Wi-Fi, set up their new phone and figure out why their computer is running slow. We can do plenty, we just have a different skill set. I hate how we've gone from me getting Facebook as a teenager and my parents being like don't believe everything you see on the internet to them sending me medical research from unverified, unreputable sources. I'm tired of people complaining about how younger people are terrible as though they weren't the ones that raised those younger people to be what they are. I'm not younger, but I'm fed up with some older people expecting gratitude for all that they have done while taking zero responsibility for the problems that they will leave future generations. The young people always just want to drink and go to parties. No, don't pretend like you didn't do this too, lol. You just have to work harder if you want to buy a house. That's what I did. Yeah, well, I don't make 50% of the price of a house a year, like you did. Just had someone the other day ask me, so why aren't you married? I'm like, if I met someone worth marrying, then I would. Best response to this is, supply chain issues. Your generation is sensitive and weren't taught hard work. Y'all literally raised us. How is it our faults? Just pause it. I'm sick of hearing about them bitching about participation trophies. I got one in middle school and was told to appreciate that I got it. I didn't want it. I knew that I hadn't done anything to deserve a trophy. It went into a drawer and was forgotten. People love complaining about how participation trophies have ruined children when it was the adults that decided to hand them out. How idiotic is it to basically say here's your award for existing? Followed by you fuckers need to be awarded for just existing. In nearly the same breath? I'm 32, so not young not old, but definitely hate hearing shit like, for example, my BF's dad saying he didn't know he raised 3 girls when he found out my BF and his brother drink tea. They're so judgmental and rude. I'm a restaurant worker and I swear young people are way more polite and easygoing while older people have zero patience, even though they're the ones who are already retired. Oftentimes make racist, sexist, homophobic and body-shaming comments and still act like they're above the younger generation simply because they've been alive for longer. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and work harder. Buddy, I've been working 60+ hours a week and prices keep going up and my pay is not, and I actually cannot afford to change jobs, change my living situation, buy a more fuel-efficient car, or go to college. There actually is no out. There is no work harder and I'll make it. I'm literally in the poverty trap. I'm slowly making my way out of it, but it's going to be a long-ass time unless some other opportunity magically appears. College isn't the price of a McDouble anymore, old man. No one wants to work, we want to work, just not for poverty wages. You should really buy a house and settle down. I'm bloody well trying, Karen. Just cause you bought your house in the 60s for $40K and a blueberry, off your husband's salary, whilst you were a stay-at-home mom, then sold it for $600K this year to retire off of doesn't mean that it's the same for this generation, right now. Far from it, in fact. Just shut up. I'm 55. I still get tired of my parents telling me to find a good church home. When I was your age, I already had 5 kids and 2 grandchildren, or my granddaughter is your age and she already has 3 kids. When are you going to give you mom some grandkids? I'm 30. Not that old, not that young. But this kind of comment? Definitely old for me. I'm so tired of older ladies saying this. I think I wasn't even 18 when they started. They don't accept any reasonable answer that isn't "I'm working on it." A maybe later, or "I'm doing my best to get a steady career before having kids," or "we are saving." Gets them on a rampage saying some BS about kids not costing a thing and that I'm getting old, or that women were born to be mothers, or whatever. So I started being rude. Sorry, but not sorry. I am 44, but I still feel like I am young. I am tired of hearing pretty much everything my generation says. I don't understand when everybody else just suddenly morphed into their parents. Nobody wants to work. I swear if I hear that one time I'm going to scream. Edit. I should have said nobody wants to work anymore, did we ever? Just less so now with all the abuse. Anything to the effect of young people can't have back pain, or any other physical disability. Like, dude, I wish being in my 20s made me immune to being injured. But that's literally just not how the human body works. Tired of people referring to their significant others as the old ball and chain, or just talking shit about their wives to friends a lot. It's like their wives are a burden to them? The worst is when some douche just spent 15 minutes dunking on his wife and says to you, "You know what I mean, right?" No man, I don't. My wife is awesome, that's why I married her. Some guys are genuinely shocked to learn that I actually like spending time with my wife. That I'm wasting my entire purpose as a woman because I don't want kids. No one wants to work anymore. First of all, no one ever wanted to work. That's why it's called work, and not fun. Second of all, maybe it's that no one wants to work at your job that lists itself as entry-level but wants 5 years of experience and a master's degree along with being able to work 12-hour days at minimum wage.